You are in a meeting when a colleague asks a question that feels like a trap. This person is not looking for info because they want to make you look small. Most men react with heat and lose their cool in this spot. I'm Oliver. I'm breaking the office games. How to handle a colleague who is undermining you. I will show you how to stay calm and keep your high rank. You're in a team meeting, presenting your progress on a project. You feel confident. Suddenly, a particular colleague, let's call him Liam, interjects with a seemingly innocent question. That's an interesting approach, he says, a little too loudly. But did you consider the potential impact on the Q4 budget? I'm just concerned it might create a bottleneck. The room goes quiet. The boss looks at you, waiting for an answer. You feel a hot flash of anger and adrenaline. You feel publicly attacked, your competence questioned in front of everyone. Your first instinct is to fight back, to get defensive, to prove him wrong. But in the complex, unspoken chessboard of office politics, a direct emotional confrontation is almost always a losing move. It makes you look reactive, unprofessional, and weak. The man who loses his cool loses the game. What you are experiencing is not just a disagreement. You are a player in the office games. First, you must understand the motivation of the underminer. Rarely is it about personal hatred. As we've discussed before, it's almost always about the status game. Your colleague sees the workplace as a zero-sum game. To raise his own status, he feels he must lower yours. His subtle attacks are not about the work. They are about making himself look more competent, more thorough, and more valuable than you in the eyes of the people who matter. When you react with anger or defensiveness, you fall right into his trap. You look emotional and unstable. He, by contrast, looks like the calm, rational person who simply asked a valid question. You've lost before the real game has even begun. The key is to never let them see that you're rattled. The key is to play chess, not checkers. Beyond the meeting room, you must realize that your best defense is a strong offense built on strategic alliances. An underminer thrives in a vacuum where no one else truly knows your work. If you've already built strong, authentic relationships with your peers and superiors based on transparency and consistent delivery, Liam's subtle jabs won't land. They'll be seen for exactly what they are, a desperate attempt to grab status. In the office games, the winner isn't the one who shouts the loudest or hits back the hardest. It's the one who is so anchored in their own value that no petty comment can move them. You don't win by beating him. You win by making him irrelevant. Let's look at the three most common tactics. Tactic number 1. Public questioning. This is the one we just saw. The innocent question asked in a public forum, like a meeting, that is specifically designed to expose a perceived weakness in your work or preparation. It's a public performance designed to make them look diligent and you look careless. Tactic number 2. Passive exclusion. This is a more subtle form of sabotage. It's when you are conveniently forgotten on an important email chain, or accidentally left out of a key informal meeting where decisions are made. This tactic gives the underminer control over the flow of information, ensuring they know more than you and can position themselves as the central hub of the project. Tactic number 3. Credit appropriation. This can take two forms. The first is outright stealing your idea and presenting it as their own. The second is more insidious. They will take your idea, subtly twist it, or criticize it, and then present a slightly modified version as the smarter solution, positioning themselves as the one who fixed your flawed initial concept. So, how do you defend against these attacks without looking like you're starting a fight? You use a framework of calm, strategic, high-status defense. Defense for tactic number 1, public questioning. The agree and amplify technique. The moment your colleague publicly questions you, your instinct is to say, "No, you're wrong, I did think of that." This is a defensive, low-status response. The high-status response is to never get defensive. The action plan: you are going to calmly agree with the premise of their question, and then use it as a platform to demonstrate your superior competence. Your script: he asks, "Did you consider the budget overruns?" You pause, look at him calmly and say, "That's an excellent point, Mark, and a critical risk factor." That's exactly why, on page 5 of the report, you'll find the full contingency plan I drafted for that exact scenario. I'm glad we're on the same page about its importance. The effect is devastating. You have thanked him. You have validated his concern, and you have calmly demonstrated to everyone in the room that you were already 2 steps ahead of him. You have used his attack as an opportunity to showcase your own thoroughness. Game over. Defense for tactic number 2. Passive exclusion. The casual public inquiry. When you realize you've been left off an important email, your instinct is to get angry or to complain privately. The strategic move is to address it casually and publicly. The action plan. You will bring it up in a non-accusatory way in a relevant group setting, like the next team meeting or a group chat. Your script? Hey team, just a quick one. I'm working on my part of the project and want to make sure I'm aligned with the latest client feedback. It seems I missed the email chain from yesterday. Could someone please add me to it? This is brilliant because it's non-confrontational. You are not accusing anyone. You are simply stating a fact and a need. You make yourself look diligent and responsible. It forces the underminer, or someone else, to publicly correct the oversight, making it much harder for them to do it again without looking deliberately malicious. Defense for tactic number 3, credit appropriation, the collaborative paper trail. When someone tries to steal or misrepresent your idea, the key is to create a written public record of ownership, but in a collaborative way. The action plan. Immediately after a meeting where your idea was discussed or appropriated, you send a follow-up email. Your script. Let's say your idea was to target a new demographic. You send an email to the group. Great meeting, everyone. Following up on our discussion, I've put together a few quick notes on the idea I proposed about targeting the new demographic, which Liam helped to refine. I've attached them for us to review. Excited to see where we can take this. The language here is key. The idea I proposed clearly anchors ownership to you, which Liam helped to refine, frames him as a collaborator, not the originator. It is generous, but firm. You have just created an undeniable paper trail, and you have done it while looking like a proactive team player. The key to winning the office games is to never let your opponents see that you are playing. Your weapons are not anger and aggression. Your weapons are calm, competence, and unshakable strategy. An insecure man reacts to a threat with his ego. A confident man, a man with a strong frame, reacts with his mind. By refusing to be drawn into their petty battles, and by instead consistently using these situations to demonstrate your value and your emotional control, you do more than just neutralize their attacks. You prove, without ever having to say a word, who the real leader in the room is. Have you ever dealt with an undermining colleague? Share your experience in the comments. And if you're ready to learn how to play the game smarter, make sure you subscribe.